These are 10 scams you should not be falling for in 2022. From huge texting scams to vacation rental cons, I have you covered. In the first spot, we have the Venmo scam. Venmo allows you to pay someone or receive money in a relatively easy way. It was designed more for splitting a lunch bill with a bunch of friends or paying for a secondhand piece of furniture. Venmo has one tiny issue attached to it, which is what created this vulnerability. When you set up your Venmo profile by default, it's public. And all of your contacts, the people with whom you interact, who might pay you money or from whom you might receive money, is also visible to a scammer. So what do scammers do? They replicate your user profile, they take your exact photo, they might change the letter I to the number 1 or add a hyphen or some type of punctuation, so it's not your exact name, but it looks like it for when they start to reach out to your contacts and ask for money. They might send you a frantic plea for help or a relatively unassuming note like, "Hey, need $100. I'm at the store and I left my wallet at home. Will pay you as soon as I get back." The quick fix, other than not falling prey to messages like that, make your Venmo profile private. That will prevent both your profile and your contacts from being visible to scammers. In the number 2 spot, it's a wrong number scam. And for this wrong number scam, which is making its way around, the scammer will text you from a number belonging to the same area code as the one from which you're located. They might send you a photo of a good-looking man or woman saying how nice it was catching up with you or alluding to wanting to see you again or being from your past. That scammer is hoping you'll text back, even if it's just to say that they have the wrong number, which sparks the potential for communication. This typical romance scam or flirty conversation back and forth can escalate into a catfishing scheme or push you toward a fake dating site where they want you to spend lots of money. The goal initially is just to get you to engage, and then after they might try and extract some funds from you. This wrong number phishing scam is also just used to see if you'll text back, letting a scammer know whether your number is actually active. In the event that your personal information has been sold from some type of database, they may just be checking to see if it's real before they pass that number on to someone else. I'll cover a vacation rental scam and a YouTube scam in points 4 and 5. But first, for point 3, it's a lost pet scam, and this one's quite sad. Scammers will look around neighborhoods at lost pet signs, and if it wasn't already sad enough losing a 4-legged family member, they will claim they have found that dog or cat and pressure you for money to make the pet return. They might claim that they found your pet on the side of a highway and that they're already in another state with the pet because they are a truck driver. They'll claim that they need you to transfer the money to transport your supposed lost pet back to them, whether they need money for gas or some other type of motel expense. To avoid falling victim for this scam, always make sure you get a callback number and demand that they send you a photo of your lost pet before you exchange any money. In the number 4 spot, it's a vacation rental scam, and I'm not trying to draw up any type of panic, but I want you to be ahead of scammers. Specifically when we're planning vacations, it's a happy time, we're excited, and it's easy to overlook a quick detail, which is common on VRBO and Airbnb. A common vacation rental scam is the scammer will copy all of the photos and details from a legitimate listing and then try and get them to pay you for the reservation on some other website or through some other means. An easy way to stay ahead of scammers is never agree to transact any type of payments on a different platform where you are no longer protected. If you're on some other type of independent website, whatever you do, make sure you do not use a debit card to hold a reservation or make a deposit. Your credit card has all sorts of protections built in the event that your funds are taken and the reservation doesn't actually exist. In the number 5 spot, before I target a Facebook and Instagram scam, I want to address a YouTube scam that makes me particularly crazy. I'm so fortunate to have viewers and subscribers of this channel sharing input, letting me feel appreciated, and interacting with me in the comments section. To know that there are people pretending to be me or scammers imitating one of your other favorite YouTube creators is something we can stop right now. You've probably noticed all over YouTube, including right here on my Deal Guy channel, hundreds of scammers will create fake profiles using my exact photo or a photo of your other favorite YouTuber to the point where it's difficult to see whether or not it's actually them. They'll then try and get you to contact them on WhatsApp or Telegram. Other than remaining vigilant and understanding that no legitimate creator is going to start asking you to contact them on WhatsApp or ask you for money or tell you that you've won a prize in the comments section, it's important to take a close look at the YouTuber's name, ensure that that profile is actually attached to the channel that you're on, but this scam still targets the less technologically savvy YouTube viewers. YouTube is trying to crack down on this, but they haven't succeeded yet. And for all those of you flagging these posts or letting other people know that they're in fact talking to a scammer, I really appreciate you. In the number 6 spot, Facebook and Instagram also have an issue, and this is tied to the "Look What I Found" scam. This happened on Instagram late last year, and it's now targeting Facebook users. Scammers will impersonate a friend of yours from your contact list and then send you a message with "Look what I found," or a message asking, "Hey, is that you in this photo or video?" Usually with some type of link so you can supposedly view it. In a split second, messages like this prey on our curiosity or vulnerability, but whatever you do, do not click that link. The link usually goes to a fake Facebook login page, and once you input your Facebook username and password, scammers will take over your Facebook account and use it to target others. In the number 7 spot, before I exploit a scam that pertains to anyone that's shopped at Best Buy, it's a text from yourself scam. Now, when I was in college, I would have been happy to get a text from myself. I was kind of lonely back then, but a text from your own phone number could really throw you off. These scams are often generated by bots that will mask your phone number as a username, and it usually happens when your phone number has been in some type of database and sold. You may receive a text message from yourself indicating that your bill has been paid or that you've won a prize. There'll be a link in that text message to either send you to another scam website or some other portal to steal your personal information. Please be aware that no legitimate company, including your smartphone provider, will generate any type of text message from your own phone number. If you are a parent or grandparent, you're not going to want to miss scam number 10. But first, in the number 8 spot, it's a Geek Squad scam. And for this scam, you'll receive an email from a fictitious Geek Squad indicating that Geek Squad or Best Buy has renewed your membership for some type of service plan, often to the tune of $300 or $400. The email will offer you a phone number if you want to call to prevent this fake plan from renewing. Or our own curiosity might prompt us to inquire since we won't recognize that charge. Once you call that number, you'll be connected with a scammer who will attempt to verify certain pieces of information to see if it's actually you, and then try and steal your identity. In some cases, the scammer will offer you a refund for that so-called $400 transaction as long as you verify your credit card number so they can facilitate the refund. The quick fix for this: never call any phone number that you receive from an email or a text message directing you to customer service. Use your web browser or actually Google the contact phone number for the supposed company. For the next point on my list, before I get to an IRS scam, it's a Zelle scam. And if you're unfamiliar with Zelle, Zelle is an add-on service used by most major banks as a way to quickly send money. For this Zelle scam, you'll receive a text message supposedly from your bank inquiring if you are authorizing a transaction from Zelle. Similar to messages you've received from your bank in the past, the text will simply ask you to reply back with a yes or no. And in this case, if you haven't authorized something through Zelle, you will likely text back no. This will then alert the scammer that your phone number is active, and they'll use your phone number to call and pretend to be from your bank. Here's where it gets even more tricky. The scammer will ask to verify your identity, and then they'll supposedly need your banking username. In most cases, so they don't raise any further red flags, they will not ask for your banking password. Once the scammers obtained your username, they'll then go to the website for your bank and click Forget Password. That likely will prompt a security text from your bank for verification, which will then go to your phone. The scammer, who's already on the phone with you pretending to be from your bank, will say something along the lines of, "I'm sending you a code to further verify your identity." If you give the scammer that code, you are then giving them full access to either your Zelle account or, even worse, your bank account. The best way to stay ahead of that scam: don't accept any calls from your bank. Just kindly tell the customer service agent that you will proactively contact the fraud department on your own. and you can easily look up that number and call to see what's actually going on. For the next scam on my list, before I get to that IRS one, if you are a parent or grandparent, this is another sad one. A grandparent or a senior citizen might receive a call from someone with a frantic sounding voice posing as their grandchild. The voice will frantically mention something about an accident, an arrest, a robbery, or even claim that he or she is stuck in a foreign country. Other than having a young sounding voice, the scammer will speak quickly, there'll be a lot of background noise, and they may even throw in some recognizable names or family particulars which they might have stolen from Facebook or social media. The scammer will say something like, "Don't tell my mom or dad, I don't want them to get angry with me, I just need you to wire me some money." These frantic pleas are sometimes conducted these days as well via social media or text. For this scam, the best way to stay ahead of it is awareness. Make sure you tell a parent or grandparent that this exists, and that might help when that frantic call or text message comes in. Now, I do have one more scam, which I'm classifying as a bonus, and it's an IRS scam, particularly timely whenever there is a tax deadline upon us. There are countless scams making their way across the country right now. Emails, threatening voicemails, and even more threatening phone calls after the filing deadline has passed, claiming you have not filed your taxes or claiming that you've missed a deadline or a payment. The scammers will ask for money, and the particularly idiotic scammers will ask for gift cards, which I'm still not sure anyone falls for anymore these days, but just in case, so you can stay ahead of a scam like this or make sure anyone vulnerable is aware, the IRS will never email, nor will they ever call you unless they have first notified you of an issue via registered mail. Also, the IRS will never ask you for a debit or credit card number via text message or through any type of customer support service phone number. And there you have it. That wraps up my list. Please feel free to share this with anyone else who you think might be vulnerable. And in the meantime, thank you for watching. I love you. Bye-bye.